Let's bring in former Bachelor contestant and founder of the King's Firm, Jillian Anderson, along with Politico Washington reporter Dan Lippman. Thank you both for coming on. Jillian, to you first. I want to play some sound. This is Donnie Deutsch on MSNBC. Watch.
The real problem is not the party itself. It's the voters who are subscribing to the party. What is it about, at this point, half the country that says, that's my party, I'll vote for that, that works for me? That's the troubling part, is beyond the party, is the voters that are subscribing to it. That keeps me up at night.
They call them, the MAGA Republicans, those smelly Walmart shoppers. Why, Jillian, do they keep going after the voters and not just give us their agenda?
But they're so out of touch. Those Walmart people, those are my people. I'm from the Midwest, a bunch of blue-collar workers where I'm from. I get it. It's the policies. It's not the people's problem. It's the policies problem. With the media, they just want to make it not about the policies, because the policies are not helping the president. So the media will dance around and blame everyone else but Joe Biden and his poor, horrible policies. But those blue-collar people, they have economic problems. They can't pay their bills. That's what keeps them up at night.
That is exactly what keeps them up at night. Dan, to you now. James Carville melting down over Hispanic males leaving the Democratic Party. Watch.
Some of it is cosmopolitan condensation, if you will. Like, you need to lead the kind of life we lead, not the kind of life you lead. And it pisses people off. We're going to lose Hispanic males.
Yeah.
We're going to lose them.
Cosmopolitan condensation, Dan, they're leaving for a reason.
Yeah, last I checked, insulting people for their sincerely held beliefs and the fact that they feel like Washington has let them down does not work as a political message. And for Hispanics generally, people who are legal in the country who are voting, they are often more hawkish on immigration because they did it the right way. They did not cross the border illegally. And so if they think that Joe Biden is not cracking down on the border enough, then they are going to vote for Donald Trump, because they're saying, hey, even though he's promised mass deportations, he at least gets that there's a crisis at the border.
So a liberal news outlet uses an anonymous source to say that Trump called Milwaukee a horrible city. Here is Trump giving his side of the story to Aisha Hosni.
Well, I think it was very clear what I meant. I said we're very concerned with crime. I love Milwaukee. I have great friends in Milwaukee. But it's, as you know, the crime numbers are terrible, and we have to be very careful.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't say it, Jillian, because I wasn't there, but he's been taken out of context a million times.
Well, absolutely. I know a lot of people were there, and I talked to a lot of these congresswomen and congressmen who were there, and that word was not used to describe Milwaukee. Perhaps many other things he could have described in that way, but not Milwaukee. But also keep in mind, Trace, those people who were there are not all, don't all love Trump. So of course they're going to leak things that go against the president, because although they're there because they need his support, behind closed doors, they're leaking these false things to CNN that are completely out of context. Of course.
This is the New York City subway that's gotten a lot of attention. This is the anti-Semitic people making this comment. Watch.
Raise your hands if you're a Zionist!
Raise your hands if you're a Zionist!
This is your chance to get out!
This is your chance to get out!
Okay, no Zionists, we're good.
Turn the video off, just leave the sound on, Dan. It sounds like 1938, but guess what? Here's the thing. CBS and NBC ignored this story altogether. Dan.
Yeah, sorry. So it's very sad that you have media ignoring anti-Semitism, the rise in anti-Semitism, and then if you look at Instagram and TikTok, it's even worse. There is so much hate against Jewish people, especially after October 7th. People forget what happened on the 7th, and it's just a terrible situation.
It really is. Dan, Jillian, thank you both. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.